Greetings, my fellow locked-in moon people. I cheese the pickle shed in the plastic cactus. Don't worry about me. This being locked-in malarkey's easy. It's not affecting me at all. And today we have another big collection of mounts to go after. This time we're rocking it in Kalimdor. We will be starting in the north and finishing in Oldham, so that we can complete our dailies there. And once we're done, making it a nice big, just wrap the whole thing up in a nice big bow and get everything complete. Now sadly, Kalimdor raids are very spread out with long travel distances. And I'll cover all the dungeons and the raids and everything. And we'll be looking at the mounts, the gold, etc., the time taken. But in terms of getting from A to B, I'm going to leave it up to you guys, how you want to get there. It should still, when I did it, and I'll be showing you during the video my route to how to get from A to B. The whole thing took about an hour. You may be able to do it faster, a little bit longer, but gives you guys a rough idea. Now we're starting with the Firelands, right up north of Warcraft, with two mounts on offer: the Pureblood Firehawk and the Flame Talon, which is the ground mount. So the Firehawk can fly, and the Flame Talon is just a little ground mount. But as we're about to head into Shadowlands, having more ground mounts is not a bad thing. So the total run took about 14 minutes 19 seconds, and I will say it was pretty slow. So yeah, you can easily, I would say you'd get that down to 10 minutes, maybe even less if you were just pure speed running it. Raw gold gain, 262 gold, 99 silver, including the items that we all vended, 876 gold and 6 silver. Sod's Law and spoilers, the Flame Talon actually dropped for me on this one. The only mount that did throughout the entire course of me doing these runs. And yeah, I already have it. Yeah, at least it reinvigorates me that these mounts still do drop, and there is a chance that I'm going to get them at some point. So next up on this long journey, and this is a long one south. I'm trying to think of ways that you could speed this up, but Onyxia's lair is just sat in a really awkward location. So yeah, sometimes you've just got to bite the bullet and go for it. So yeah, next up is Onyxia's lair. It's easy for me to say. We gained a massive, huge 11 gold and a whopping 38 gold, 99 silver from the items that we sold. We did save 3 of the Onyxian scales, which we got from skinning poor old Onyxia. And so I put them on the auction house. We're going to see if they actually sell. I will say, what does make up for the low numbers in terms of gold is it only being like 2 minutes long. So, and of course, a chance for the absolutely gorgeous Onyxia Drake. Yes, more dots! So next up, we're heading for the Caverns of Time. Now, you can fly if you want, just head south from Onyxia's lair. Or if you want to use your Hearthstone, go to the portal room, and you can go through the Caverns of Time if you want that way. Entirely up to you how you want to do this. It is a bit of a pain. It's just the location of Onyxia's lair. It just kind of makes everything else a little bit awkward. But once we get to the Caverns of Time, we're going to be running the Dragonsong, and we're going to be running the Culling of Strathholm. We shall start with the Culling because, God, I don't want to do Dragonsong. Now, this is a speed run, and I say that kind of with air quotations because you could RP walk this on a 120 and you could not fail. Now, it does have a long period of time before it gets going, but come on, this is Arthur's Strathholm. So yeah, we can forgive a little bit of RP on this one because it is a classic. And as I say, you only need to do this once, as long as you beat the timer, and it will be up on the screen. You will see in the background here that there is actually a timer on the screen. That's the one you have to beat. You don't have to complete the instance in that time. You just need to get to a certain location. In the comments down below, I will pin, once I've got it uploaded, a sort of unlisted video of me running the Culling of Strathholm. So you could, if you've never seen it before, you can kind of get an idea of what you're doing. As I say, once done it once, we never need to go back. Now we did gain from this 93 gold and 96 silver. And we did get some interesting items. Okay, so most of the items we got that dropped, we sold to the vendor, and that gave us 276 gold and 3 silver. But 2 items we did not sell, and they stand out because they are the Crusader Shoulders, which on my server apparently sell for 13,000 gold each. Yeah, I'm skeptical, but I put both of them up on the auction house, and I will keep trying to put probably one up at a time. I put them both up because I put one up at 13,000, one up at 10,000, just to see if I could entice somebody to go for the better option, maybe trying to undercut me or whatever. But total run time took 15 minutes 42 seconds. As I say, there's a lot of RP in this one, but we do it once, and come on, it's Culling a Stratholme. It's well worth a look. Okay, so now we're going to do it. We've tried to delay it as long as we can, but we're going in. We are going to do the infamous Dragonsong, and it's purely infamous because of the Spine of Deathwing. Let's be honest. If you just want to make some quick gold, the first 3 bosses, in fact, are super quick. Absolutely crazy fast. 2 to 3 minutes, and they'll make you around 600 plus gold for literally no time at all. The issue comes once you go to the top of the tower, you get a lot of RP kick in, and it just starts mounting the time up. Now, we are not going to go all the way. Oh no, we're going to be safe. We are literally going up to Oldham, and that is going to give us the Experiment 12B. There are 2 other mounts. There are 2 other mounts that are available. That's the Blazing Drake and the Lifebinder's Handmaiden. These require actually completing the spine. So, yeah, I've got both of these, so hence the reason there's no need for me to do it. But I will say, again, I will leave another video showing me doing the Spine of Deathwing. It isn't that difficult, it's just time consuming. And as I say, if getting up to Experiment 2B dropping takes you about 10 minutes. It doesn't take very long at all. You get a decent amount of gold, but then once you want to add spine on, depending on how comfortable you feel doing it, it's another 10-20 minutes. For not a huge payoff potentially, so hence the reason I've sort of left it out of this bit. So minus the second half of Dragonsong, it took us a total of 11 minutes 39 seconds, and as I say, that's all RP once you hit the tower. Now raw gold, we made 369 gold, 28 silver, and from items we vended, we made another 567 gold, 39 silver. Yeah, being locked in is not making me crazy at all. So, to Oldham! Yes, the final leg of our journey. So, as I'm only running the Vortex Pinnacle once, it's going to be next up on my list, but it can be run constantly. You can run it over and over again on normal. If you wish to do that, I would actually suggest moving this to sort of the last thing you're going to do, so that you can just keep running it until you hit that instance lockout on your character. But yeah, we're going to run Vortex next. Now, this is a pretty quick dungeon. And like almost all the kind of dungeon, it brings you all the way back in a nice big bow to the entrance, which is lovely. Thank you for that. It took us 4 minutes 39 seconds, and we had a chance to get the Drake of the North Wind, which we shall talk about later. Gold earned was 100 gold, 59 silver, and after rendering the items, we made another 185 gold, 74 silver. Last, but by no means least, is the Throne of Four Winds, a very quick 3-minute one, giving us 137 gold, 45 silver. Rendering the items give us another 190 gold, 10 silver. And we had no luck on the Drake of the South Wind. These 2 drakes are unlike the others you will see. They are really nice drakes. Actually, they look really, really nice. Now, as we are in Oldham, we can, of course, do our dailies. But also, depending on what assault is up, we have a couple of world bosses that are available. We have Corpse Eater, and we have Rotfest. Now they are for the Akira Assault and the Amethet Assault weeklies respectively. They will give us the Malevolent Drone and the Waste Marauder. Now there is one that is omnipresent. It is up at all times. That's why I talked about the Drake of the Four Winds previously. The Drake of the Four Winds also drops from Isaac of the Four Winds. Yeah, it's up during the assaults. It's on this pillar, which is just next to the entrance to the Vortex Pinnacle. Generally, you can just look for a group. There's normally always one up that's waiting for this. Which is actually, as I say, one of the prettiest. I do like the of the drakes. Those kind of looks. The 2 from here, the South Wind and the Four Winds, are really nice. Now, we spoke about the Spring Fur, the Alpaca, before, so I won't go into too much detail on that one. But also, the Alpaca is running around in Oldham as well. So this is a absolutely crazy chock full run. As I say, it took me less than an hour to get it all done, and there are areas you can shave that down, especially if most of that is travel time. As you can see, the dungeons themselves don't take that long. It's mostly just traveling down through the continent. So if you wanted to, you could easily, like for instance, I have done the Firelands one. They seem to drop pretty quick. Certainly, as I say, Flame Talon, I would say is probably around 4% drop chance. So that's pretty quick to get. So if you could take, say, that out of the equation, this suddenly becomes a hell of a lot quicker. So yeah. Now I think I have gone on long enough. My Whisper Rubber Airplane Mountain needs treacle. Yeah, I'm going back into isolation. Stay safe, everyone, and I will talk to you all later on. Have a good one.